What is up, YouTube? This is Nanashi with yet another deck profile video. Today I will be showcasing what I finally settled on for the pink deck. It is supposed to be the space-themed deck, and I finally set on a build that I liked. It's Galactic Kaiju with a Constellar Splash. Let's see where this goes. Starting off, we have these 6 Galaxy monsters in the main deck. Galaxy Wizard, who bumps its own level to 8 and contributes itself to add a Galaxy card from the deck to your hand except itself. And Galaxy Soldier, who can special summon itself by discarding a light monster from your hand to the grave. And if you special summon it, you can add a Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand, including itself, but you can only use its effect once per turn. And then we get to the part of the deck where it contains the Kaijus. 3 Dogrin. Now, we all know what all the Kaijus, except for one, do. You contribute an opponent's monster to summon it to their side of the field, and if they control a Kaiju, you can special summon a Kaiju from your own hand. This one's special effect is you can remove 3 counters to blow up all monsters your opponent controls, but it cannot attack. With 3 grand, that's 50-50 cut on the effect. Gadarla, with 2700 attack, however, has the ability to cut all other monsters on the field's stats in half by removing 3 Kaijus as well. The Kaiju counters as well. Unfortunately, I don't have 3 Gamma Seal, but I have 1 Proxied until I can get a 3rd, which shouldn't take much longer. And its unique effect is you can remove 2 counters from anywhere and negate the activation of a card and banish it. I do, in fact, run 3 Super Anti-Kaiju War Machine Mecha Dogrins because A, it's a drop target for the Galaxy. B, if you hit that Kaiju spell card that summons to both sides of the field, I will actually give them one of these. And it's also good Xyz material. Its effect is that you can remove 2 counters to equip a Kaiju from your hand or grave to it as an equip card and give it attack points once per turn. So if it survives more than a turn, it could be good. But I also run 1 Thunder King, the Lightning Strike Kaiju, whose effect allows you to lock all face-down cards, all cards and effects your opponent control cannot be activated. And this card can make up to 3 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. And also 1 Jizukiru, the Star Destroying Kaiju, who can remove 3 counters to negate, and if you do, you can destroy an extra card on the field. And then we move into the spells. Higher than normal spell count for this deck, but I think it's necessary. Starting off, 2 Excel Light pulls Galaxy Wizard out of deck if I control no monsters, but I can't normal summon. Galaxy Expedition, which pulls out Galaxy Soldier if I already have 1 on the field, or if I've boosted Galaxy Wizard by its level effect. Interrupt the Kaiju Slumber. It's Dark Hole, and then each player gets a Kaiju monster. Kind of sucks that apparently you cannot activate this if they already have a Kaiju, regardless if it's yours or theirs, on the opponent's side of the field or on your side of the field because of a technicality wording loophole. But if someone wants to check on that and confirm that that's actually incorrect, I would be forever grateful. 3 Kyoto Waterfront. Why can you not be searched by Kaiju effects? Anyways, if a card or cards goes to the graveyard, gains counters, can prevent itself from being destroyed by removing a counter, and if you have 3 or more, you get a free search of a Kaiju monster. It's a great card. 2 7th One, because I run the 107 target. 2 Terraforming for the unsearchable Kyoto Waterfront. And 3 Kaiju Files because, well, I summon enough to warrant this card. And only a scant number of traps in the deck, just the 3 Call Haunted, in case I need to make a quick Xyz out of something that's in the grave. Then we get into the side deck, starting off with the 3rd copy of XL Lights, the 2 Dark Hole, and 2 MST, plus the compulsory 3 Kaiju Capture Mission. I'm not a huge fan of this card in the main, but in the event that I see its usefulness, I will put it in. If there are less than 3 Kaiju counters on this card, you can target a Kaiju monster on the field and change it to face-down defense, then place a counter on this card. And if this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card and sent to your grave, you can draw 2 cards, but this effect can only be used once a turn. So it's not bad, it's just, this deck doesn't really benefit a lot from excess draw. It's more of a search deck, and I prefer to keep it that way. Also, 2 Memory Loss, 2 Mirror Force, 2 Torrential, 1 Tachyon Transmigration. I've seen enough of this card to warrant its use. I just don't see it at more than 1 ever being useful, considering I don't summon a lot of Tachyons. But if a Galaxy Eyes monster is on the field, you can negate the activation of your opponent's spell traps and monster effects activated before this card in this chain, and if you do, shuffle the negated cards on the field into the deck. And if you control a Tachyon Dragon, you can activate this card from hand. Truthfully, it is a good card. I like it, and I get enough Galaxy Eyes monsters on the field to warrant its use. Like I said before, it's just I prefer to use it during my turn, first turn, with it in my hand while I control a Tachyon. Because, yeah, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows this, literally every duel these days barely lasts more than 3 turns. And I'm not talking 3 each, I'm talking 3 turns as in a round and a half. And, of course, the vanities. And then we get into the extra deck, and it is going to be a pure Xyz extra. And, well, you can see the blank spaces. I will explain what they are for. First off, we have Constellar Pleiades, which if I happen to get a pair of, you know, Galaxy Soldier out, I will summon this, use its effect, and then probably bounce it, or upgrade it rather, into this, Ptolemy 7. Sorry, Ptolemy 7. Apparently the P's silent. I got raged on by that. Detach Material, bounce a card. Detach Material, bounce a card. But this one can't use its effect until the turn after you summon it with its effect. This is supposed to be a Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, and I haven't put forth the money to get one just yet, but I do plan on it. You detach a material, target opponent's monster, negate its effects, change its name to Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, and this card is the only one that can attack during the turn you do that. Also, the monster you steal becomes 3,000 attack. If you steal an Xyz monster with an effect, it's amazing, because then you can use it as a target to upgrade it into Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon and keep it forever. Speaking of which, you can summon it with 3 level 8s, which is hard to do in this deck, or you can just upgrade it from a Galaxy Eyes Xyz monster you control. Detach a material to blow up a card. It also has an effect that says you can attach up to 2 equips on it to it as Xyz materials, but no one I really ever see uses that effect. You also have the number 38 Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy. Dear Lord, that is a long name. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can negate a spell card, activation, or effect, and attach it to it as material. If your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can detach a material and redirect the target to this card. And if a face-up Xyz monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target a face-up Xyz monster you control, and it gains attack equal to one of those destroyed monsters' original attacks. I do get 2 Xyz monsters on this side of the field occasionally, so the third effect is actually useful, but it's more for the first effect than anything, because negating spells, especially pendulum spells, is hilarious. Number 62, it's mainly just another way to upgrade if you need a quick point bump. You know, 2 level 8s, you detach a material to add attack points by 200 times the number of ranks of all Xyz monsters on the field. Does half damage if you don't have Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, but I just don't see the point in running Galaxy Eyes Photon. I never had a good enough reason to run it. Then the supposed-to-be pair of Tachyons. Detach a material during the start of the battle phase. Negate the effects of all other monsters currently on the field. Their attacks and defense become the originals. And if you do any of these during the battle phase of this turn, each time an opponent's card effect resolves, it gains a 1,000 attack. And it can make it a second attack, so it's pretty good. Although, to be perfectly honest, it's mainly just an upgrade for number C107, who, in my opinion, has a far better effect. Detach a material till the end of the turn, negate the effects of all other cards on the field, and your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. It's like a stronger version, point-wise, of Thunder King Kaiju, who has less attack, but does have the ability to do additional attacks. However, if you tribute 2 monsters before you use its locking effect, you do have the ability to do the same. Or you can just go into Galaxy Eye's Dark Matter Dragon. I don't run any dragons in this main deck at all, so its first effect, well, not the summoning effect, the first other effect is pretty much null and void. The first effect is that you can Xyz it by using a Galaxy Eyes you control as the Xyz material, and it can't be used as an Xyz material. But when this card is Xyz summoned, you can send 3 dragons from your deck to the grave to make your opponent banish 3 monsters from their deck. That's the one that's completely useless right now. The one that isn't is that you can detach a material to make this guy do double attack on monsters. That's actually pretty good in this deck. And that is the deck. In all honesty, I am extremely excited to finally finish this build. It's only missing a few cards, and sure, they're a little bit expensive, but I have friends who have all kinds of trade support. And I am sorry if I rambled a bit during this video, but I absolutely love this deck. I just want to complete it as quickly as humanly possible because it is fun. My friends have fun playing against it. My friends have fun playing it. It's just, I adore this deck. It's the deck I've been waiting for. But anyways, hopefully next time I'll have a video that showcases its completed build, but in the meantime, this is Vinanashi signing out.